it's the Reilly Charlie podcast. Yeah, it's the Reilly Charlie podcast. Yo, it's the Reilly Charlie podcast. Bumping through your broadcast, grab a chair, fill your glass. Yeah, it's the Reilly Charlie podcast. Yo, it's the Reilly Charlie podcast. Yeah, it's the Reilly Charlie podcast. Bumping through your broadcast, grab a chair, fill your glass.
Hey, welcome to the Reilly Charlie podcast, and this is the Reilly Weird segment. We are going to talk about some weird things that are going on in this world, and so this is something new that came to my mind a couple of days ago. Hold on while I turn off this audio here. 1 second here. So I came across a lot of different podcasts, and they talk about weird things and that are going on in the world, and they're true things that are happening. Nothing fiction, it's just true stuff, So I like listening to podcasts, doesn't matter where they're coming from, all over the world. And listen to a lot of gentlemen in England and UK, and fascinating things what they come across, and what's up, Michael? How you doing, man? I see you in the comment section. So the and I like just listening and learning, and so there's all kinds of weird things going on. I heard a story about this couple of voyages going way back, like 1600s, and a couple of ships had went across the Atlantic, and it's crazy that probably there was only one survivor out of 82 people, and the guy's name was Hugh Williams, and that survived. And then maybe years later, decades later, another shipwreck across the Atlantic, and a lot of people died and got lost at sea, and the sole survivor was another gentleman named Hugh Williams. And it goes on, and then there's another shipwreck, and there was two survivors, father and son, and guess what? Their names was Hugh Williams. Crazy things like that I come across in different podcasts and over the internet. So I basically want to bring these stories every Saturday morning, probably around 11 o'clock, to my YouTube channel. Also LinkedIn, and then later share it to Spotify and Anchor, so everyone can hear them. But the first story is going to be this Georgia woman. She was charged with faking a pregnancy to get paid time off. Crazy. Let me try to share her picture up here. Her name is Robin Folsom. Crazy. And I think she did this a couple of times. So there she is, that Georgia woman, faking a pregnancy, and just to get paid time off, And you kind of think of it, this is kind of crazy, Why? You need more money. You need a vacation. Take a vacation, Or better yet, just have sex and get pregnant, Maybe she don't want to do that, But it's crazy. Really weird stuff, And so I'm just thinking that this woman ain't wrapped too tight, I guess. So let's see. Let me let's go back here. All right, let's take this woman off the screen. Poor girl. blonde Southern girl faking pregnancies. Just have sex, woman. What's wrong with you? So let's read this. Let's go ahead and read this story. Don't mind me without this eye-to-eye contact. But title is: This Georgia woman was charged with faking a pregnancy to get paid time off. Article is written by Kathleen Fraga. And I get this from website. All that's interesting. They got many things there. So I'm gonna grab different articles and basically just share the story. So Robin Folsom colleagues became suspicious when they noticed her bump was askewed. She sent them inconsistent photos of her fake children. Robin Folsom allegedly faked multiple pregnancies over the past several years. Sometimes people lie and say they're sick and skip work. But a Georgia woman named Robin Folsom went on one big step further when she faked a pregnancy in order to get 7 weeks of paid time off. And it wasn't even the first time she had lied about giving birth. Now she's facing 3 counts of making false statements and 1 count of identity fraud. When Folsom's employer first sent us this case, we thought there had to be a misunderstanding. We couldn't believe it, said the State Inspector General, Scott McAfee. According to the news release sent out by the Georgia Office of Inspector General, Folsom, 43, told her elaborate lies about her pregnancy while working as the Director of Internal Affairs at the Georgia Vocational Rehabilitation Agency. She informed the agency about her pregnancy in late 2020 and claimed to give birth in May 2021. But Folsom's colleagues quickly grew suspicious, though Folsom had a baby bump. One of her colleagues noticed that something wasn't quite right about it. In March 2021, a co-worker observed a lower portion of Folsom's stomach come away from her body and believed Folsom wore a fake pregnant stomach, the news release explained. In addition, Folsom allegedly sent pictures of her new baby to the various GVARA employees, which is her colleagues. However, the pictures appeared to be inconsistent of her children with varying skin tones. Indeed, McAfee credits Folsom's colleagues for identifying her fraud. The employees, the human resources, just started putting 2 and 2 together, and he said things weren't adding up, and thankfully they didn't shrug it off. They realized that this was something that was more serious. So hard to believe. Woman, she average woman, blonde, Southern woman. Just go make love, make a baby. In some cases it may last 2 minutes. Some cases might last 30 minutes. But just have some real sex. What's wrong with you, lady? So Folsom appeared to primarily motivated by paid time off after she gave birth on May 1st, 2021, a man named Brian Otimbalo. Tough name here. Email leaders of our agency claiming to be father of Folsom's newborn baby. He said that Folsom's doctor had mandated several weeks off of rest following the delivery. As a result, Folsom's superiors gave her 7 weeks of paid leave that it otherwise would not have been approved until, it says until that May, government employees of Georgia could take up to 12 weeks of unpaid leave. The bill signed on May 5th granted them 3 weeks of paid paternal leave. But Brian was merely a product of Folsom's imagination. We ultimately didn't find any evidence that he existed, said McAfee. That's why she has been charged with identity fraud. Claimed to give birth in July 2021 as well. And in August 2021, just 3 months after the birth in question, she informed her employees that she was pregnant once again. When the OIG checked in the Office of Vital Records to review the birth certificates of Folsom's children, they found no indication that Folsom had ever delivered a child. After lying to investigators about Brian and the existence of her children, Folsom resigned from her position in October 2021. She is now facing criminal charges and was indicted by a grand jury on February 10th, 2022. Fraud by state employees will not be tolerated, said the Attorney General, Chris Carr, following Folsom's indictment. By working with Georgia Independent Inspector General, we were able to discover, investigate, and put an end to this alleged deception. We will always stand up to protect taxpayers' dollars, and we look forward to presenting our case in court. McAfee second, Carr saying, all state employees, and especially those that communicate with media and general public on behalf of the agency, should be held to the highest standards of integrity and honesty. The OIG will continue to hold state employees accountable if they choose to deceive their superiors and receive undeserved compensation. For now, the consequences of Robin Folsom's fake pregnancies are up in the air. She will return to court on April 4th, where it will be found guilty. Where, if found guilty, she could spend 25 years in prison and pay up to $103,000 in fines. After reading about Robin Folsom's fake pregnancy, learned about the woman whose pregnancies was actually a 57-pound cyst, or discovered the story of a pregnant mummy found with a baby in the womb. That was another story. I'm going to search for that and I'll bring that to you. Sounds interesting. 57-pound cyst. Oh my God. So this story is brought to you and written by Kathleen Fraga. She's a staff writer of All That's Interesting. Kathleen Fraga has also had her work featured in the Washington Post, the Gastra Obscura, and she published a book on the Seattle food scene for the Eat Like a Local series. She graduated from Oberlin College, where she earned a double degree in American history and French. Good story, Kathleen Fraga. So, as I said before, the easiest thing maybe for this lady is to have sex. Maybe find that dude Brian. Had an African name, Nigerian possibly, but go find Brian, make a baby, make a couple of babies. You know what? And then you can get your 7 weeks off. Maybe once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. But it's kind of crazy that she faked her pregnancy. So, but some people just do the weirdest things. And that's why we call it really weird. I have something else I want to bring up to the screen here. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And if you're on the other side of it, and you're thinking about a gift to give your mother or a mother or a mom, there's some strange gifts out there. So let me bring that to the screen here. Let's see. We are, stop that screen. So It's Mother's Day, and we all got to get out there. Buy a card or two, um, some flowers, and so let's see. This gift right here is crazy. This is um, this is a plant bong. All right, weird. Let's try to bring it up here. All right, young lady here, young mother, and she got a bong. All you weed smokers out there, it says, sure, you can always give your mom flowers, but maybe she just wants some bud. So, if that's the case, this is a vase-shaped bong that you can give mom. So, this one, and dude's right up and right against her, you know. This is called a fart filter. Fart filtering underwear. Amazing, the stuff they come up with. All right. And this is a burrito pop. It's that ain't mom who enters or who's eating a burrito knows they can get messy, especially towards the end. The burrito pop is an amazing form. It's an amazing form of technology called a dial that allows you to eat a burrito and push the burrito up slowly, and it's called a burrito pop. It's a grumpy bear knitted hat. So moms can be grumpy at times, you know. So hey, it's a perfect hat for her. You know, probably get a smack in the face, but you know what? It is what it is. A grumpy knitted hat. This is a gold-plated pasta necklace. Bling bling, fancy fancy. Check it out. For all you pasta eating moms out there. And the most delicious one is a donut bouquet. Got all the sprinkles. Might want to go down to your local donut shop, get some donuts, put some sticks on the bottom of it, decorate it, and voila. Mom might like that. Said flowers are a popular fallback for Mother's Day. But what if a mom is allergic or had a sweet tooth? The donut bouquet will show you the love, even even if you have a risk again type 2 diabetes, which is no joke. And if you want something to remind us of our former president, and let's see, the Donald Trump glass spoon. You know, Mr. President's always stirring up things, so give him a spoon, or you can have a spoon, stir up some more stuff. But no politics on a Really Charlie podcast. That's a good idea. You know. Chopsticks, earrings. I don't know. Looks like I don't know if anyone would wear them, but they're out there. Somebody must be wearing them, right? It says, give your mom these chopstick earrings, and she'll know you're not just forking around. Clever. It's a jacket for legs. Get mom a jacket for legs. Good for some stadium moms, soccer moms, you know. Moms are just hanging out. Camping trips. But in camping, you got fire, so you may not need those blankets. and a banana filler. Check it out. Fill your bananas with possibly cream, some custard or something. It's called a banana loca. And union suits. Sometimes moms are walking around the house and they just need to go. Kind of walking around in that sort of pee dance, where they're dancing and where their knees are touching, their thighs are touching, and they're trying to wiggle all the way to the bathroom. That's called a pee dance. Well, I hope they have union pants on, union suits on, where the flap in the back just kind of lets go and you can just sit down and chill and release that anxiety. This one for all you Star Wars fans out there, and you can make up. Let's see what this is called. It's called Death Star Planter for all you Star Wars fans. And let's see, got a few more. This is called the Golden Girls Pajamas. It's like a two-piece set for all the Golden Girls out there, especially your mom. And this is a headlight. Mom needing a headlight, Oh, I don't know if she should be walking around the dark with it. Well, maybe at night, It says, think you light up your mom's life? Maybe. But what if you're not around and she's looking for someone in the dark? Or maybe she needs a good headlamp. More than you. Just keeping it real. Headlamp for mom. So she don't bang into the wall at night. And you may find out that your mom loves her guitar more than you. So this is called a string sling. You kind of wrap the sling around the guitar to stop from debris getting on it and sweat and all that stuff. So you use the string sling. Yeah, I don't like that. Gotta feel those strings while you're playing that guitar, And this one, Nana is Nana, Vavor, whoever it may be to you, Meme, you know what? She may need a ring and a pool, and she may need her pet viper glasses wrapped all the way around her head. And this card says, instead of grandbabies, maybe I interest you in a card. Sort of like that Robin Folsom of Georgia, Maybe she's giving her mother this card, Yeah, let's see. And what is this? That's it. That's it for you folks. All right, let's see. Let's remove this. So basically, I'm going to be bringing stories like this to you, crazy stories. On Saturday morning, about 30 minutes. And then I'll put it on Anchor and Spotify. And we'll go from there. So hopefully it clicks on and you guys like it. I'm going to share it on my Facebook. I also will bring it to Anchor and Spotify immediately after this podcast. And that way you'll get to listen it on there. But I'm always on YouTube Live, and where I get to see some of my friends like Michael Sameo and a few others out there. If you're listening, I appreciate your support. So this is the Reilly Charlie podcast, and this segment is called Reilly Weird, where we find some of the stories, weird stories on the internet and in the world, and we bring it to you. So thank you for joining me today on my first episode of Reilly Weird. All right, I'll talk to you later, and I'm going to end with my intro by Lionel Peter Walker. And we have a podcast later at 3 p.m. with Ali D'Souza, actor, director, artist from California. We will have him on at 3 p.m. Eastern Time today on YouTube and LinkedIn. All right, y'all. Have a good day. And for all the mothers out there, if I don't see you tomorrow, happy Mother's Day. Take care. God bless.
It's the Reilly Charlie Podcast. Yeah, it's the Reilly Charlie Podcast. Yo, it's the Reilly Charlie Podcast. Bumping through your broadcast. Grab a chair, fill your glass. Yeah, it's the Reilly Charlie Podcast. Yo, it's the Reilly Charlie Podcast. Yeah, it's the Reilly Charlie Podcast. Bumping through your broadcast. Grab a chair, fill your glass.